Hi guys, welcome to your daily reading. This reading is for Monday, October 14th. And of course, you know, these readings are timeless and they're open to anybody. All right, so let's get started. First of all, the big word that I'm getting is the word return. And it's crazy because I feel like a lot of this information coming through me right now has to do with relationships. I literally just say, hit it, God, and whatever info comes through, comes through. And I'm definitely sensing a return. And I'm not surprised. It's been in the works. So let's take a look. Also, you know what? I don't know if you guys have been tuning into my videos lately. You may have noticed me stumbling over my words. And I'm like, what's wrong with my throat? And then I just happened to get wind that it's totally Mercury retrograde time again. And yesterday I couldn't put out my video because it was like messing up with the upload process, and I'm still trying to do it. So that's just a heads up. I'll be doing my best, but you know, things happen. All right, so let's jump in. So guys, if this reading resonates for you, then you may well find that you're coming back into contact with somebody from your past. I'm not going to lie, this does seem very romantic, but of course, we're looking at energies that are universal, and as you guys have probably noted by now, this universal energy that brings us all together on one call manifests into very different details for each of us, and that's why personal readings will always trump the generals. But that being said, I feel that many of you are going to be going back into a place in your mind, your heart, even your wallets, whatnot, maybe a place that you thought that you would never go, or that you said you would never go, because here I'm looking at this card here. It says the Four of Pentacles, and of course we know the Four of Pentacles speaks of holding on too tightly to something, maybe being miserly with respect to something. It doesn't have to be money, but what I'm seeing here in this deck here is that this is a place that you said you'd never go back to. It's a place where you locked up something that was valuable to you. So what does that look like in your everyday life? Like everyday life, I'm not going back to this relationship. I don't care if Jesus H. Christ came and said that thou must follow with this person. You know, I'm not going there, and I'm never going to see this person as a friend again. I'm never moving back to this trailer park. That's coming through for someone. I'm never going back to this trailer home, or I'm never moving back in with my mother. Whatever it is that you said that you would never do, I feel like this is a time in your life where you find yourself revisiting that situation. Now, but I have to be honest, this seems like a really positive step. It seems like something that could be positive. Notice we've got the Ace of Pentacles and two different decks coming up. Whoop, whoop, wow. Okay. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands speaks of fast-moving energy. But what I'm seeing is that you are rushing. Well, there it is, rushing. I'm seeing like you're rushing to get back into this place. And you're like drastically and quickly whittling down everything. You're looking in this old box where you put all of your pain, you put all of the thoughts and your treasures, all of the things that you thought before you went into a Four of Swords moment. Because a lot of you have been in this Four of Swords energy, which is rest, downtime, a lot of thinking. Your thinking may have been pierced by a lot of Nine of Swords, obsessiveness, nightmares, sleepless nights, Eight of Swords, being of a certain perspective, being in a victim consciousness, whatever. But I'm seeing that this was the energy that you were in before, and you put everything away, if only for the sake of moving on, dear God, right? Moving on and being able to have a victory of your own, get your sanity back. But I see that it's almost like you're rushing now. Once you've revisited that, you're rushing to get rid of outdated beliefs. You're rushing to I'm seeing some of you cleaning up, expecting company. I see some of you getting your nails done, your hair done. I mean, look, I'm just a reader. Don't get mad at me. But I'm just seeing that, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like the guy that I always talk to you about, because we're on this call together, So we actually spoke last night, and I'm not saying that I moved quickly when he said I would call in 30 minutes. I'm not saying I had a time frame and so I went and like blew my hair out and did all that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that some of you might, look, you can't fake the funk sometimes. Sometimes you gotta tell yourself, I know what's up. And I feel like that's the energy that I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that for some of you, let's pull the cards up. I'm seeing that for some of you, I'm hearing feeling this new beginning and fearing this new beginning. I'm not sure whether you can see clearly, but at the base here, there are these beautiful violet flowers. And it's almost like, God, I'm getting this call back. I'm doing my part, which is to come prepared to this meeting, come prepared to this situation, getting rid of as much baggage as I can, clearing up my energy space, my everything. But God, there are certain things I know I can't do. I have to give it up to you. And a lot of that, what I'm seeing here, is that forgiveness. It's like, God, I need help with forgiving. I need help because you know what? The way I'm seeing this situation, the way things went down, the way this person was, or the way this situation, whether if it was not a romantic situation, however it went down, it's almost like it's too much. It's too much for me alone to transmute and to just, I love Jesus, but I can't turn my other cheek at this moment. I can't turn a blind eye. I need help. And I'm seeing that help arriving in the Ace of Pentacles. As I'm seeing this bear come out, it's like, help is on the way. Remember, Mrs. Doubtfire said that. But I'm just seeing this help coming. And what I feel this help is it's going to be helping you to process whatever it is that happened. Because, guys, a lot has happened for a lot of you. I don't mention everything that I sense on camera, but I'm feeling a lot of details that went down for a lot of you guys. And there's some pretty gnarly things. Also in my personal readings that I do for people, like I hear these details and there's some real details. So I completely understand if you guys ghosted. Look at this. This is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands speaks to us of a happy union. A lot of times it's a twin flame card, but because of all those ones, those sticks that look like 1111. But either way, it speaks of a happy union, a happy marriage, a coming together, a solid foundation. Excuse me. Here, it looks like people have ghosted that. It looks like an encampment that's been deserted. No one's there, but the fire is still running. People may have just left. And so I completely understand your feeling because I know a lot of stuff went down. But notice here this Eight of Wands. Coming after this Four of Pentacles, you're going back into a situation. You're opening a place that you said that you would never do, right? Here you are right now, whittling things down, getting rid of old baggage, getting rid of all the pain and the misconceptions and just everything, the unprocessed material, let's put it that way, that you locked away when you went into rest mode to think. Excuse me, notice that's a 4. 4. Wow, okay? And 8. Now, what I'm seeing is that you're whittling that unnecessary, unprocessed stuff. You're separating the wheat from the chaff, and you're going from this 8, and you're getting down to a 4. I'm seeing you coming back here. Okay? Now, just as you come back to this campfire, guess who else is coming back? All right? The great bear that you thought would never come back or that you never want to let back in. And who would want to let back in a bear? I mean, come on, it's a bear. It's unpredictable. It's big. It has the capacity to take you out with one swipe, one mistake. Understandably, it's scary. And look at this person. They're looking a little afraid as well. And this bear, they're looking afraid coming back as well, but look at what's in the sky. They've been led here as well. It's the Ace of Pentacles. And you got the Ace of Pentacles 2 times. I mean, think about it, guys. I just drew a few cards. Out of all of these 78 cards, I chose 4, one of which was the Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I chose 8, one of which was the Ace of Pentacles. And then look at this guy, the Page of Pentacles holding the Ace. So look at this, the Queen of Pentacles holding the Ace. So I'm seeing that there's something big happening. I'm also picking up on the Six of Pence. I like saying pence. Six of Pentacles. What I'd like to point out here is when we see the Six of Pentacles, we're usually, first of all, struck by the money. We're struck by the exchange. There's two things that are usually going on very quickly. You see the gold, and then you see the exchange. But for the first time in my blessed life, thank you, God, I picked up this Six of Pentacles, and it looks empty. There's no gold here. And not even here. Just a little bit here. I'm feeling that the message of this card at this time is debts have been repaid in whatever way spirit needed it to be. Justice has been served. A lot of you have been getting these cards in these readings. You may have been noticing it, where these readings are saying that justice needs to be made. Okay, there you go. Stabilize my camera. Yeah, justice has been served. Now, a lot of you are like, well, if justice has been served, why do I still feel so angry? Why do I feel so unsettled? Why do I feel insert here? Whatever that energy is, that feeling. Those are just because the scales have been balanced, it doesn't mean that you're going to walk away feeling completely like, I'm over it. Sometimes there's still work that needs to be done, amends that need to be made. This here speaks of that immovable force, that blockage that needed to be reshifted. It speaks of energies that needed to be reshifted. Now, as I'm looking into that energy, what I'm hearing, again, I'm hearing about this mobile home. I'm hearing this mobile home needed to be taken. You know, as I'm saying this, I remember I spoke about a mobile home earlier, but I don't remember what it was. Did I say it was taken? But they're saying it needed to be taken. I'm just going to go in a moment. It needed to be taken. It's balanced. It needed to be taken. That's all I'm saying. It needed to be taken because the energy needed to balance out. God is keeping score with a lot of things. And I use the word score lightly because when we think about score, it makes us think about vengeance, about wrongdoing and this and that, and what's the word? Retribution. I'm not talking about that. I'm thinking about it as God seeing the energy and seeing where things need to be shifted around and meting out, M-E-T-E, the verb meet, and meting out, yes, we could say punishments, doling out repercussions. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. That is the word, repercussions. Help a sister out. They're like, dude, we're carrying this whole reading. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so doling out repercussions, meting out repercussions, and repercussions is what it's about. They're saying it's not about retribution, it's not about punishment. It seems to us like punishment, but it's actions needing repercussions. And they're saying that all repercussions have been put in place. Thank you. It's not only about doling it out and the person understands now. It's about people and circumstances and situations being put in place so that balance can be restored, and that's what that is. And if it means losing a trailer home, I want to say trailer park, losing a trailer home or a mobile home, then that's, just know that there's a higher service for that. Sometimes when people lose, okay, thank you, Spirit. They're saying sometimes when people are lost, that's the first one. When they're saying sometimes when people lose things, it's because there's something better coming in. So someone who may lose a mobile park, a mobile home. I wonder why the energy, the words keep changing there. But someone who may lose a mobile park, a mobile home, a trailer park, a trailer home. Let's put it out there. That's because a real home with brick and mortar, they're saying, may be coming in. How can they bring that in if this is here, is one thing they're saying. When it comes to a relationship, how can they bring me back to these two cards? Notice the mirroring in this person's angle and where they're looking. They're saying, how can they bring you back to the table? How can they bring back in what they wanted for you? I'm being shown this card, Six of Cups, okay? How can they bring in that soulmate if you've got this stuff buried away? They're forcing you to take it out, get rid of some things, come back to the fire, and have that return. For some of you, this is definitely the return of somebody. But for some of you, it is, and in that case, it's your commitment that's being tested, right? Commitment here doesn't mean I'm going to be in this person's life every day, even though they were hitting me, or even though figuratively or literally. No, it means commitment to having the vision of one day coming to the table as two adults and having a romantic relationship that is mature. And for some of you, I'm seeing that this could be somebody new, but I'm not feeling for a lot of you, because look at this. This is about karmic balancing here. Could be somebody coming back from your past. In the case that if it is somebody new, I don't feel like it's someone that you've never met. I think it's someone that you may know, that you may not have had something romantic with, but may have been waiting in the wings for you to get rid of this situation so that they can come in. I think that this person, if they're somebody that's been waiting in the wings, but that you know, maybe you've seen passing, they know more about you than they let on. Okay, they know more about you than you know. I think this person has the ability to see your countenance, your behavior, your feelings, that time you're going through it, and they're like looking at you and they're like, why is this person allowing themselves to go through that? Why is this person whereas that person, that false person that you were trying to go behind, wasn't seeing you go home crying every night. This person was. I'm feeling that for those people who may be meeting somebody new, but who isn't completely new. All right, but it'll be the first time that you have a romantic connection with them. But they've been peeping you for a while. That's what I'm getting, if that's your case. Okay, so let's see, what else can I see here in these 4 cards, right? Yeah, so the Spirit is saying God is making a way for the devil to be cast out. That's verbatim. God is making a way for the devil to move out. Now, when we say the devil, I mean this devilish energy, these tricksters, the low self-esteem, the whatever it is, that shadowy energy that's been following you and that's been in your space for a while. Okay, it's moving out. All right, so looking at the placement of these cards, I just moved it over a little bit. See, 6 and 6. They're saying with this obstacle now removed, this energy now balanced, things put in place for repercussions to now smooth. There's been a large clearing. Guys, we just totally finished up the Aries moon, right? The Aries full moon. Well, for me, it's Monday already here in Japan, and we had that. But of course, the energy is still clearing out from this moon. They're saying this is now moving forward positively. These 2 cards came out together. Moving forward positively, moving on to better waters. They're finally sailing through. Your ship has been moored for a while, but now with the clearing of this energy, you're on your way. And what are you carrying with you? You're carrying this Ace of Pentacles, this opportunity. This is divine opportunity, guys. This is divine opportunity here. 2 times. Now, I'm seeing that you, viewer, are coming across as this Queen of Pentacles, male or female, but you're here holding this valuable coin. I think that at one point you were in this place where you were looking at it, thinking about it, wondering whether it was something to continue on with, and I'm seeing that process right here. Some of you may have been, thinking about whether to give up on this thing, whether to embrace something else, right? Some of you this could even be a matter of you focusing on like maybe career and whatnot, while still holding on to this shadowy object that you just didn't understand. It was like, what is this? So I'm seeing a lot of indecision and in a way stagnation, and I'm not surprised it fell right under this 4 of Pentacles here, because I feel that for some of you, you may have locked this opportunity away. And you know why? Because this opportunity walked away from you, is what I'm hearing. Some people have screwed up here. You know, if it was a romantic relationship, I'm seeing some screwing up here. And why wouldn't you throw it in the back of the closet? Right? That's what I'm seeing for you. Now, I think that you've decided to dust it out, get it out of the closet, dust it out, and you are, really considering this situation. When I say really considering it, you've been really looking at it as of late. You've been really thinking about it, how it compares to other things. And a part of you I'm seeing in here is wondering, if this person or thing were to come back into my life, how does it fit into the life that I've created already? Because you've already created such a lovely life with a lot of accomplishments. Look at this. But now you're wondering, if I were to bring this thing in, you see you still wondering? How would it be? Is it going to obstruct me? And I'm seeing that once this balance has taken place, which I really feel it already has, you're moving forward. You're deciding to move forward with it. Now, of course, you're like, well, I'm not lifting a finger, and I feel like you may not need to. This person or thing, and from this angle where I'm at, I'm seeing what am I calling this? The infinity sign, which to me is a soulmate, sometimes twin flame sign. I really feel this is a love reading, but again, it doesn't have to be, because we're hearing about the mobile home, and there are others on the call who may be dealing with a work situation, right? A boss may be returning to recruit you or bring you onto a project. It could be anything, and that's what I'm feeling for someone out there. But I'm seeing that this person or this thing is the thing that is going to be coming back for you. Look at this. This is the Knight of Swords. I mean, this isn't the Knight of Wands. This is communication here. And I think this person is being chased by their own shadow, what I'm seeing. This person is like almost going to come running up to you, mouth open. They're still at a distance, but they're still trying to shout at you. And when I say shout at you, tell you their truth, tell you their piece. This is someone who has something to say. They might try to come in like stoic, because I'm seeing this horse being very stoic. They might come in, not talking about what it is that they really need to be talking about, the elephant in the room. They might not even start heavy with their emotions and how they know they were wrong, they messed up, they blah, 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 blah. But they're coming back, and this is the energy with which they're coming. They are, they're rushing. And I feel like part of this is because they've done some thinking. The energies have been balanced in many ways. That means, epiphanies have been had. They've been waking up. A lot of them have been holding the vision for you to come back to them, for them to come back. Now, excuse me. Now I'm seeing this as some time passing, some months at least, time passing, and them having this vision, this desire. Now let me show you something. To me, these two cards mirror each other. See how we have the rocky surfaces? Same here. It wasn't time yet for this Ace of Pentacles to be in the sky, for the return to happen. But I feel that this person was holding the vision for that. And I know that maybe they were out there doing their stuff, but we know we've been out there doing our stuff, whether it's being on that grind, whether it's been dating other people, and we still had this person in the back of our mind. So it's not really that much of a jump to make to understand that this person also had you on the mind. And I think that this person may have had you more on the mind because they know they done messed up. They know that and for some of you on this call, I feel like honestly you're this person. I feel like you might be this person who maybe did the messing up here and were walking away, and the whatever it is, this other person has been thinking about you. And either way, everybody in this situation is getting the signal now that it's time to reconvene. And I'm seeing here this return. Now, again, if you're expecting someone to come in and hands down and on their knees and begging, and that's just not going to happen. That's the energy that they may be having, but that's not going to happen. It's going to come in, the person's going to come in, and talk is going to be a little bit, like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, maybe, guys, check my daily reading from yesterday. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the song, that song was definitely playing in my mind. I love that song, by the way. Anyway, that song was playing in my mind. They're going to come in, and it's going to be kind of like, hey, how's it going? It's been a while, and blah, 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 blah. But look at the energy. This person's coming in as the Knight of Swords, wanting to just shout it from the mountaintops. No, mountaintops. All right, now let's look at these last 3 cards. Spirit is saying for you, viewer, to continue to hold a vision. If you haven't been holding the vision, please get started. Notice that they're saying that your commitment is being tested. Take a look at these two cards. They're mirroring each other. Hold the vision as your commitment is being tested. I'm seeing jail. I'm seeing jail for somebody here. I'm not necessarily picking it up as prison. There's somebody who's in jail at this time, or yes, they could be in prison, imprisoned in some way. But I'm seeing that you have to hold the vision that this person, once they are out of that situation, will come back, that there will be a new beginning. That's what I'm seeing. You got to hold that vision, because it just is. Your commitment is being tested at this time, and your job is to hold the vision while Spirit is doing all this. Look at this. When I see this card, I see this as at one point having been a very heavy card that needed balancing. I see the Temperance card. You know, we all know the Temperance card, where there's the woman, you know, pouring out the water. Balancing and conditioning is needed, was needed. I'm seeing that cup has been now emptied. The conditioning has happened already, but you know, you do need to still have this vision that there can be a miracle, that things can be returned to you. And I'm seeing here a time for healing. This is the period that we've been in. Remember, we've been in that rest period. Where's that card? We've been in that rest period for quite some time. It's healing, but notice that the time for healing is almost done. I mean, we're always healing, but this rest period where there's a lot of inactivity, where you were able to be going through a lot of these emotions, this anger, this feeling of betrayal. With that card, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this card. This is you. Whoever felt like you got the raw end of this stick, this is you feeling very bitter. Like all those energies. And for the person who was doing some playing here, or whatever this other opportunity was, I feel that there was a moment in their healing period, their rest period, where they entered their rest period very much unable to see and understand the damage, the extent of the damage that they've caused, the collateral damage that they've caused. They're like, yeah, I win. That's a kind of energy. Like, I win. It's kind of like a child, immature, not understanding that, you know, you playing with fire just burnt down 3 people's homes, for example, like something to that effect. This is that immaturity, and that's what this person was going through. So I'm feeling like they had a lot of growing up to do. I think that they've matured in a huge way. This was a life lesson for a lot of them. They're still going to be going through the healing and transmutation of all of this and continuing growth, as are we. But I feel like where your rest period was marked by a lot of bitterness and anger and anguish and pain and sleepless nights, here theirs started off with a lot of inability to understand the extent of the damage that they've caused. This is sheer immaturity, and I think that they slowly started to come into awareness with that. And you know, I wouldn't want to be that person gradually becoming awake, and as you become awake, you see, as you awaken, you see that these swords are on the wall, and you're like, where did those swords come from? And then you realize, oh my God, I did that. Those swords signify all of the households that I've shut down, all of the people that I've hurt. And knowing that you're coming into awareness and realizing, like, wow, this is what I've done. And then you look at all the stuff that you have to start repaying. Look at these. They look like little slots for pentacles to be inserted into. And you realize that you have a lot of making up to do. No one likes to be the bad guy. And I've always said I'd much rather be, when it comes down to it, I'd much rather be the one who gets hurt than the one who does the hurting. Because the one who does the hurting, they're just deeper in their pain in many ways, that they could be so shut off and so shut down to be able to do that. And guess what? When they start to awaken, their process is going to be much harder, because they're at such a depth underneath the water. And as they come up and up and up and up and up, and they start to realize all of the things that they've done as they were descending and being so low about things, it's not easy. And sometimes it's like a body count, and you just know that you've got to do a lot. And for those people, if you're on the call, I have this card for you. It's the Star card. This is not only about holding that vision and hoping that you'll be able to one day have a clear sky and not have so much to address. But it's also about knowing that a lot of the journey is going to be about God creating conditions for you to rest as you make your repayments and your amends. So it's like you're not alone, okay? All right, guys, so, and this is a lovely card. Star card is the hope card. Yeah. All right, so I am going to go now. Mwah. Much love, as usual. So thank you so much for tuning into your daily reading. Of course, it's a daily reading, but we know that the energies, it's kind of like an energy check-in each day, put it that way. If you'd like a personal reading, you know where to find me. If you'd like to donate as well, I would appreciate that, and thank you so much. But either way, I just love having you guys on the call, and I hope that you're able to get something of value. All right, so thank you. God bless and much love. Mwah. Bye.